أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So I'm pretty excited to do the takeaway for today, or just my thoughts. So I was memorizing my verses and I came across Ayah 85 of Surah Tawbah. And what's interesting is that when I looked at it, I was like, man, I messed up somewhere because this ayah was almost like before I took a closer look at it, identical to another ayah that had come 30 verses prior. So the ayah prior, it goes, فَلَا تُعْجِبْكَ أَمْوَالُهُمْ وَلَا أَوْلَادُهُم. This goes, وَلَا تُعْجِبْكَ أَمْوَالُهُمْ وَأَوْلَادُهُم. So it's not فَلَا, it's وَلَا, and there's no لَا أَوْلَادُهُم, it's وَأَوْلَادُهُم. And then there's a couple of small differences um, in the end of the ayah. It's like the first one is like liyuazibuhum. This one is ayyuazibuhum. And then it's like fil hayat dunya. And this one is just fid dunya. But the message is essentially the exact same. Like the translation is the same pretty much. Um, and so you wonder if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala felt the need to say it again, then it must be a very important takeaway. And so the direct translation for this is, and let neither their wealth nor children impress you, O Prophet. Allah only intends to torment them through these things in the world, and then their souls will depart while they are disbelievers. And so I think it's a good reminder that, we shouldn't let the worldly affairs, the worldly possessions we have mean too much to us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is emphasizing this twice. That this is only a test of this world. The other interesting thing I wanted to speak about was that another one of the ayahs, a couple of ayahs before this, um, the ayah said, and I don't want to misquote this, so I'm going to read. Let me see. It's ayah 80. So the translation is, it does not matter whether you, a prophet, pray for them to be forgiven or not. Even if you pray for their forgiveness 70 times, Allah will never forgive them. That is because they have lost faith in Allah and His Messenger, and Allah does not guide the rebellious people. So I want you to think about that for a second. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, even if the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam, we're talking about the best man in the history of mankind, the most perfect man, could not commit a sin, divinely guided. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying, if you pray for the forgiveness of a certain people 70 times, we would not forgive them. And who are these people? These are, number one, the hypocrites. So they're the ones that are given wealth. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they ask for wealth from Allah. This is in the surah. They ask for wealth from Allah, and they say we will donate, and they don't donate. And then number two, those who make fun of people for donating too much and make fun of people who don't have a lot to give and give what they have to give. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said even the prophets like dua for forgiveness will not be accepted, no matter even if he did it 70 times. And I think that's just very telling. Um, if Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is giving you wealth, strive in the path of charity in the name of God. Um, Protect yourself. And, it's always all returned. It's just a lesson from my parents that I've learned over the years. Whatever you give, it comes back hundredfold. So that's just the takeaway for today. A very interesting couple of verses. Um, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to keep these very short, but a lot to talk about today. So I hope you enjoyed. Sadaqallahu azim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.